Hello and welcome to Hopeful Moments 1. Today, we will share a story about handling uncomfortable situations at work while maintaining professionalism and a cheerful spirit. It's the experience of a server at a busy restaurant who faced disrespect from a customer regarding his way of greeting them. Instead of losing his cool, he cleverly responded with humor, using amusing and playful nicknames for the customer and his friends throughout the meal. Today's story will take you through a surprising turn of events. The server not only remained calm but turned a tense situation into a fun joke, making everything lighter and more enjoyable. If you find this story interesting and filled with meaningful lessons, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more valuable lessons. A few years ago, when I was working as a server at a busy, bustling burger joint, my job was never short of challenges. Especially during peak hours, when every second counted. One day, during the lunch rush, as people came and went like a continuous flow, I found myself rushing around to serve customers eagerly waiting for their food. And then, among the crowd, a group of 6 college guys sat down at a large table. They weren't the easiest customers, and it quickly became clear when one of the guys waved me over and loudly declared that they were ready to order right away. The way he spoke to me, impatient and completely disrespectful, made me immediately feel like another challenge was coming my way. But no worries, I was ready. "What will you all be having?" I asked, trying to maintain professionalism and a friendly attitude. It was a simple question, part of my daily routine, but I could immediately sense the tension in the air. There was no response from the group right away, just a glaring stare from one of the guys. He smirked, as if searching for a reason to criticize me, and then spoke in a condescending tone. "Guys," he said, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "Guys? That doesn't sound like a very professional greeting." His words not only surprised me but also made me feel somewhat insulted. He wasn't just criticizing my way of speaking but was lecturing me as if my work wasn't up to standard. "I work at a restaurant too," he continued, "and if I went to a table and asked, 'What will you be having?' my manager would definitely let me know that's inappropriate." His words weren't just advice, they were a direct criticism, as if he was the only one who could decide what was appropriate. I felt as if I was being judged by him, like I wasn't professional enough to deserve respect. The others in the group looked a little uncomfortable with the exchange and just sat silently. The main guy looked around and continued speaking. "Why don't you come over here again and do it the right way?" At that moment, I looked around and saw I had many other tables to serve, feeling like I might be stuck at this one forever. I tried to stay calm and smiled. "All right," I said. I took a few steps back and came over again. "Gentlemen, how's it going? Ready to order?" The main guy smiled and nodded. I looked directly at him. "How about you, Chief? What will you be having today?" Some of the others laughed. He looked at me angrily but still ordered his burger and a drink. I quickly took everyone's order and rushed off. A while later, I returned with the drinks. I placed everyone's drinks down and left the main guy's last. "Here you go, boss." I left before he could say anything. Throughout the meal, I called him a different nickname every time. "Need a refill, pal? How's your burger, buddy? Need more ketchup, bro? Can I take that plate away, dude? Any dessert for you, amigo? Need me to split the check, brother? Make sure to leave me one signed copy, muchacho." By this point, the main guy was boiling with anger. But his friends were loving it. As time passed, the rest of the group kept looking at me expectantly, wondering what nickname would come next. Finally, they all got up to leave. The lunch rush had ended, and I was feeling pretty relaxed at this point. I casually walked up to them. "Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in." The group smiled broadly. I looked at the main guy. "And you have a fantastic day." "Us." The group applauded. They went outside. I gathered all the receipts on the table. And, as expected, the main guy didn't leave me a tip. I didn't mind. It was all worth it. In the end, the story not only reflects the tension between the server and the customer, but also offers a valuable lesson about attitude and how to handle awkward situations in life. Despite being criticized and disrespected, the server chose to remain calm and tactful in his response. Instead of reacting with anger or hostility, he maintained his dignity and used humor to create a more comfortable atmosphere. The lesson from this story is that, in difficult situations, a calm, professional, and tactful attitude can help us resolve conflicts effectively without harming ourselves. At the same time, mutual respect is a crucial element in any relationship, whether in work or life, because only through respect can we build lasting and meaningful connections. The advice for the character in the story is that, while you handled the situation cleverly and stayed calm, you may also want to learn how to identify and address disrespectful behavior from the start. In such situations, remember that humor and tact are not always the best ways to resolve conflict. Sometimes, being direct and demanding respect and setting boundaries with customers is equally important. You can maintain professionalism without compromising on inappropriate actions. More importantly, always remember that your value doesn't depend on how others treat you. Keep maintaining self-confidence and respect for yourself, because that is the key to creating a healthy and respectful work environment.